I actually took a degree in archaeology. I was approached by Rune Dittmer, one of the founders of PressPlay, and he asked me if I wanted to do some drawings, and I said yes.
Our ambition when we started after university together was to say we've seen tons of Flash games for free, and we were saying we can do design that's more interesting.
I finished the art school and then came here to Copenhagen, was looking for a job, found these guys, and games happened.
Working at PressPlay is fantastic. Even though we're now part of the Microsoft family, we're actually a very unique little team.
I mean, the fact that I get to work on games in an environment where I have a lot of creative freedom makes every morning pretty good.
I've been the creative director on the Max franchise, but we're always working on more games and more franchises at the same time.
Most of our games so far have started with mechanics first, and then story or anything that happened afterwards.
We are focused on design and gameplay as being the king.
The place to start with the first real kind of game that PressPlay made was Max and the Magic Marker.
We had no budget for advertising or anything, so we had to sort of catch attention just by going viral, and we posted a video on YouTube which in 2 days I think was viewed by 35,000 people or something, which was a lot to us. It was like an explosion.
And then of course this one is not a sequel. Max the Curse of Brotherhood is a reboot or whatever you want to call it, right? I mean, it's kind of the same concept, but completely different story.
It's like a Indiana Jones meets Pixar as a game.
We had the idea of doing a drawing game. We needed somebody to star this game. We had seen a lot of sandbox games using this drawing ability, but we needed something with a little bit more character. And we thought about who is it that would draw anything, and we came up with this idea of a little boy and his wonderful imagination.
You can draw tree branches that you then can raft on water with. You can have earth pillars that you can raise Max with.
In the game you can cut a branch in 2 pieces, and you can also cut a vine in 2 pieces. And those features came in much later in the game. They came as a process of us playing and kind of like, oh, this would be really cool. Or
there's just a bunch of things in Max where we're saying it needs to be a roller coaster ride of a platforming game with actual story and cinematic feel.
I started using Unity in 2008, so back when it was Mac only. We had actually a few PCs we turned into Hackintosh computers and worked on that because that was the only way we could use Unity.
Actually, where we started PressPlay was in this incubator where we had offices next to Unity, so I think we were aware of Unity before a lot of other developers out there were.
There has actually been situations where it's been nice to know people at Unity and be able to hang out with them.
I think looking back at it, we have developed our things and found problems, and like sort of parallel to that, Unity has also been working on that things and finding some of the same issues and fixing those problems. So I think PressPlay and Unity is sort of like developing together in many ways.
I use Unity right from when we start doing the first prototypes. Try to create the vision of the game and the graphics inside the engine.
I think it's the speed from I have an idea to I can show something to somebody, including myself, but specifically it's kind of like, yeah, from idea to something playable.
I'm really pleased with the fact that it imports all my sketches and materials and everything really fast. I can work on an object in the editor and then remake it in another piece of software, and then I'll see it pop up inside Unity.
Easy accessible, you can create whatever game you want to make. You can get it out on any platform that you could imagine, and you have the biggest community any engine will ever have.
Max the Curse of Brotherhood is coming out for games with gold on Xbox One, being the first title that comes out to be free on the Xbox One for gold members.
It's really nice to see people play it, and especially people you know. And like they come over to my house so they can play on my Xbox, and like they love it, and that makes me very happy.
I think that's really a dream come true, that we will see a lot of players actually getting Max in their hands, and I think if we get the same kind of feedback that we've been getting from the players, we're going to get a lot of good things out of it.